Right, welcome to this tactics and showcase video for Necron Warriors. One of the standard units for Necrons, one of the bulky sort of infantry units that you can take. Not as fancy perhaps as other units that are out there, but one of your units that can be at the core of your army just to fill your army out and make it strong. And there's some great enhancements you can give to Necron Warriors, some ways to make them a lot more durable and more effective. We'll cover that in this video just to give you the full lowdown on the Necron Warriors and how to get the most out of them, and then you can use them more effectively in your games of Warhammer 40,000. So I have 30 Necron Warriors. That's not as many as most Necron players usually have. A lot of them. The whole idea is this this legion, this horde of mechanical warriors heading towards you. I love the whole idea of that. The new list that I have for the Necrons has that element in it, like blocks of Necron Warriors. So I like the whole idea of that, and then with some enhancements and so on, you can have that fluffy kind of look to your Necron army, and they can still be pretty effective as well. So I'll show you the models here first of all. So I do need to put these onto the newer size bases, the bigger bases, the same size bases that the regular Space Marines have. Other than that, these Necron Warriors are ready for war here. So there's 5. I'm currently running units of 15 or thereabouts. So there's a unit of 10. A lot of armies in Warhammer 40,000 have units of 10. If you can go bigger, I just think it looks great just to represent that whole sort of marching legion theme going on. That's a unit of 15. It just has it just looks so much better, and you get a couple of blocks of 15. All of a sudden you get a nice block of an army, and then they're all sort of they may look the same, but that actually makes it look even better, I think, when you have blocks of these legions heading towards you. So there's a couple of issues though when you have a big unit, which we'll try and deal with in the rules here as well. I'm going to zoom in here, take a closer look at these Necron Warriors, just to give an idea of how they look. So there they are. They've been out for a good few years now, but still brilliantly sculpted, iconic unit, and plenty of different poses you can go for with these, or variations of that general sort of hunched over theme with the weapon. Some people like the rods, the clear rods. I think they're a great idea. So I think they're good. You can, what I've seen other people do is I think you can get them on eBay, you can change the colour of these, take green out and then buy the rod and cut it up into the lengths, and then you can go for orange or blue or different colours to change that around to match your theme. But I went for the classic sort of neon green anyway, so I was happy with the green rods. I just think they look great. You can see them just down here, looking cool. So I'll just show you a few more to give you an idea of what they look like. We'll zoom in now. I've got a golden thumbnail here. I've been spraying up some new models. I've got it onto my hand, but we'll zoom in now. I'll take a look at the rules now for the Necron Warriors. So there they are, blocks of 15. That's what I go for anyway. We'll just check them now in the rules. Again, see, even the pitch that Games Workshop supply, you know, waves of them just look great, and you can edge your other units around, but that's sort of like at the core of your army. So you don't get many. I mean, you're going to have to take them if you're going to go for battalions and brigades and so on, because you've basically got Immortals or Necron Warriors. That's your options for troops. So you're going to end up taking them more than likely, unless you're going to go for sort of Immortal based army. But Necron Warriors then, movement 5s, they're quite slow, not looking them to move around the table too fast. Weapon skill, ballistic skill 3+. I would say the most effective way to use these is their firepower, and it's their massed firepower, their ability to fire loads of shots, especially at rapid fire range 12. So range 12, these are most effective. Strength 4, toughness 4, 1 wound, 1 attack, leadership 10 and 4 up saves. They can fight in close combat, but they're going to be outclassed by, you know, a regular Space Marine. It's going to have a better save than them, and these guys are only on 1 attack, so they're not going to cause too much damage. They're much better for shooting. So armed with the Gore's Flayer, it's range 24, so sort of a medium ranged weapon. It's rapid fire 1, so 15 shots at normal range, but if you get to within 12 inches, all of a sudden it's 30 shots coming from this unit. It's strength 4, and what makes it good, really good is AP -1. You are knocking a bit off the armor save, so fighting against like regular Space Marines, fighting against them, wounds coming through at AP -1, yeah, it's going to make those Marines on 4-up save, and that really does help just to cause more casualties. Great for clearing away hordes, you know, Imperial Guardsmen in big trouble, Tyranids be blown away by these weapons. So I rate the Gauze Flayer. I think it's a decent enough weapon, one of the better weapons out there for regular infantry. Necron Warriors are 13, no, they're 12 points each. So yeah, unit 10 is 120 points. It doesn't cost very much at all. 180 points for unit 15, so nicely below 200 points for all of those. So we'll sort of cover each of these issues that comes up as we go along. I like bigger blobs of them, just the whole fluff and theme of having a larger unit of those just looks very cool. You can go for an additional, so unit 10 minimums, you have to take 10 at a minimum, so that's the sort of the minimum size. Then you can go for additional 10, so you can go for blocks at 20 if you really want to go for the maxed out size. That means 20 shots at regular range, 40 shots at close range, which is really good. So that's just how they are, like that, but there's ways to make them much better. First of all, they do get reanimation protocols. This is a major thing here for the Necrons. So at the start of your turn, you roll a dice, and for each slain model on a 5+, that model is restored to play. So let's say you've got a unit of 15, 5 casualties. At the start of your turn, you take 5 dice, and with 5+, you restore those models to play. So they have to be within coherency of a unit that's already on the table, so you can put them anywhere around here, like that. But you see that result, it's not that great. I'll try it again. See, not that great, you're just restoring one model. That's not a very good rate of restoration here. Try again. Got 2 back, which is okay, but still, it's not that great. Let's say this is the unit here and you've lost 10, so you've taken some heavy damage. You then get 10 rolls of 5+. That's good. You've got 4 back. And that unit's all of a sudden bulked out, but still a lot of models not being restored. So one of the reasons, one of the big reasons why I go for bigger units is because of reanimation protocols. If you go for a smaller unit, it's going to be a lot easier for your opponent to try and wipe them out, and if they wipe them out, you're not going to be able to make reanimation protocols. The whole aim is to be able to, yes, you're going to take damage, but if the unit's big enough, then and they're alive on the next turn, then there's a chance of reanimating and putting models back. So the bigger the unit, the better for these, if you can. Then that creates a problem. If you do end up going for 15 or 20 of these, morale is going to be a big issue. If you've taken, say you've taken 12 casualties, that's going to stack up on your morale result. And then 12, 2, that's a good roll. You know, 2, whatever you roll, or 5, you're going to end up starting to get wipeouts, and you don't want that. So that's a big problem. It's difficult. You want to go for the bigger size to help with reanimation protocols, but if you go for the bigger size, the casualties may well cause you trouble. Morale. You're on leadership 10, so that does help. Remember, there is that stratagem where you can pay 2 command points, so you can auto pass morale. That could help them out. But what if you're in a situation where you've got multiple units, so your whole gun line's taking loads of casualties, and you've got some big morale results, or big morale rolls to make, and you start dropping more models, or you get the dreaded wipeout, and once they're gone, you're not going to make any reanimation protocols. So, the way that I play it, check the comment section below, see what other Necron players do, but I play a gun line. I play unit 15 of these, another unit 15, and then also a unit of Immortals, and they all cluster together, and around, or in the middle of them, is a Cryptek. This is one of the key units, I think, that really helps Necron Warriors out. The first thing I do with him is, he's a character, I make him the Warlord. And that gains you access to Immortal Pride. It's number 3 here in the Codex. Friendly Dynasty units automatically pass morale tests whilst within 6 of your Warlord. In addition, you can deny psychic power, but it's auto morale. And that means that my gun line, I can put it out there, the opponent can shoot it to pieces, I could have just one model left. And that's happened at times, one model left in that unit, and it's auto pass morale. I don't have to worry about that deadly morale result. I mean, it's like, that's an auto kill for morale for him. So it's so helpful for that big worry about morale. So Warlord traits free of charge. Yes, it means the Warlord has to be this guy, but then he's buried in amongst your army, and so he's going to be quite hard to get to. And he's nicely protected in amongst all the Necron Warriors and Immortals, so that seems to work out really well. He grants them auto pass for morale. He's also able to give them the Technomancer. Add 1 to all Reanimation Protocols rolls from Dynasty units within 3 inches of any friendly cryptex. So now all of a sudden, you've taken 10 casualties, using even 5s to restore them. Now it's 4s, half a chance you can get half of them back. So roll up again. That's pretty good. That would be a usual result, I'd get 4. But with that enhancement, I'd actually get 6 come back to the unit. And that just makes the unit more in number, and again, the next time around the opponent shoots them, it's going to make it harder for them to get the wipeout, which is what your opponent's going to try and do. There's another good roll. Loads of 5s, and then a couple of 4s coming in just to really boost them up. Another go. Just restored 2, but then an extra 3 with the benefit from him. So yeah, that Cryptek helping out. You pay out the points for him, he's about 85 points, but that's 36 points of Necrons restored there. And what if he's doing it for multiple units? He's soon going to pay for himself helping units to be restored to the battlefield. And the big units there means you get loads of Reanimation Protocol rolls. And you just, there's been turns where I've taken heavy casualties, restore them, more casualties, restore them again. And whilst your opponent's losing models and not able to gain them back most of the time, the Necrons are able to lose models and then put models back in constantly. And so I found that combination pretty good. Also for him, he takes the Chronometron. Infantry units within 3 inches of a model with this Chronometron have a 5+ invuln save. So now the range attacks that come in against these, all of a sudden there's a 5+ invuln save bubble as well, which even further adds to their durability. So that's my recommendation. Take bigger units, and then you can copy what I've done here. Cryptek, Immortal Pride, so that protects them from morale, 5+ invuln save, and then when they do take casualties, it's +1 to the Reanimation Protocols, and just that little guy can grant all those benefits. Remember, it's not just for this unit, it's another unit of 15 I have, and Immortals as well can benefit from that. Also, a few other things to mention, and that is choosing your it's choosing your dynasty. I go for Mefrit, it's very popular. Each time model this code shoots an enemy unit within half range of its weapon's maximum range. So again, rapid fire range, that's your effective deadly range. The armor penetration characteristic of that weapon's attack is improved by 1. So AP -1 becomes AP -2. So that's the dynasty I go for my entire army. That means that when they get within range 12, you get double shots and AP -2, and just adds to the deadliness of their firepower. So I just, all that stacking up just makes Necron Warriors, it moves them out of from good to pretty good, just with some enhancements that you can add to them. There's other things you can do as well. You can have a Lord or an Overlord nearby with Resurrection Orb, play that, and then you get to reanimate again, so you roll up, reanimate models, and then go again, just to really try and get the models back into the fight. So there's that available as well. But I found that 15 seems to be a healthy amount. It takes a fair bit of effort for the opponent to try and wipe out unit 15 Necron Warriors, stick them in cover to get +1 to their armor save, the invuln save to protect them, just their sheer size, no need to worry about morale, and then the Resurrection, Reanimation Protocols, 4+ to get back up, much more reliable for getting the models back into play, and then Mefrit Dynasty for their extra -1 at rapid fire range. And they're great for clearing away hordes, hacking or bringing down Space Marines even. with that minus as well. So their firepower is decent enough. Most vehicles are toughness 7, so even 5s to wound, they'll knock wounds off vehicles also. So one vulnerability is perhaps close combat. If the opponent's able to get in, tie them down in close combat and prevent that firepower. So you need other units nearby to try and keep them away from your gun line. But tough and dependable. I think the Necron Warriors, I rate them. And then it's nice to have them as an effective unit, because that's the fluffy kind of theme I wanted to go for, to have a legion of these marching across the table. Ranks and ranks of these Necron Warriors. And you can play that competitively, it seems. And they can be pretty effective. So that's the video for Necron Warriors. Check out the comment section below, see what other Necron players have said. What size unit do you go for? What stratagems and combinations? I've talked about a combination that I use here. Are there any other ones out there that are effective? Leave that in the comment section below, and other Necron players can see what you've said. Perhaps people new to collecting Necrons as well can check out that as well. If you like the way the Necrons have turned out here, check out the painting tutorial on the channel for the Necrons. I'll show you from start to finish how to paint the Necrons up, and that technique I'll show you in that video you can apply to all the different units in the Necron range. And then keep a lookout for battle reports here on this channel, and then over on the Plus channel as well. Necrons in action there as well. There it is, that's Necron Warriors tactics and showcase video. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time.